Good morning. We are back. Welcome to another season of Argyle Breakfast. We are thrilled to be with you and doing it all over again. And of course, I know it may have been a little bit of a disappointing season last time out, but there is new energy. We've got a fresh Argyle squad and we are ready to do it all over again. We cannot wait to have you along for the ride with us. We've got 2 hours, of course, for the first Argyle Breakfast show of the season this morning. Lots of great content lined up for you. So do sit back, relax and join us for the full 2 hours. Lots to bring you, of course, in the greenest way possible. Ready for that new season, which kicks off in just a few hours' time. So let's have a little look before we kick off as to what's ahead for you this morning. We've got an in-depth chat with our head coach, Tom Cleverley, finding out what we can expect from our new boss. I think that'll be very exciting. And we're going to be joined by Bastille's own Chris Wood, or Woody to you and me. He's playing a charity game at Home Park tomorrow, and he'll also be talking to us about some of the gigs Bastille are playing a bit later. So many exciting things, lots of exciting guests, lots of exciting content, and we've got loads for you over the course of the season. We'll also be bringing you a section from the latest edition of Argyle Fives as well, which went down really well last season, and the team are talking about debuts, which is rather apt, I think, with quite a few on show for you later today at Home Park. And speaking of that, here's a little reminder about how you can get your match passes for this afternoon. They are over on our website, that is pafc.co.uk, if you didn't know already, which I'm sure you do. So without any further ado, I think it's time to say hello once again to the Rafferty, to my Mariner, none other than Aaron Cusack, my partner in crime, who, may I just say, has lucked out in the new studio.
I'm sitting like this, Erin. Good morning.
I
How
know,
are you?
Good morning.
This
how are you?
This is a lot more comfier than that one.
Is it?
I hate to
All
say
right,
it,
yeah,
but
don't rub
it's a bit
it in.
springy as well, and I've got loads of room.
Yeah, well,
anyway, how are you?
I'm good. It's lovely to see you again.
Yeah, and you?
It feels like 3 months has flown by like that, really.
I know.
But we were quite excited this morning when now you can see that we've got you on the wide shot. We have had a little bit of an upgrade to the studio for this season. That photo, however, I'm quite happy because you can't quite fully make out the fact my eyes are closed. Everyone else looks great, but my eyes are closed in that one. Nice, comfy green sofa,
Of course.
this year,
Of course.
which you will be joined by many a guest
Yes.
this morning and throughout the coming weeks. We just got to hope that we can deliver on par with the vision we're putting out.
Absolutely, and on the pitch as well. You know.
That
There's a renewed optimism this year. I appreciate we went down, but I genuinely feel we're going to win more games than we did last year.
You'd like to think.
Well, especially from the analysis show, because the odd analysis show last year was rather difficult, especially when they got on the wrong end of a big score now and again.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be renewed optimism that we genuinely are going to go in and get good performances, good results, and hopefully bounce straight back to the Championship.
Well, that's the dream, isn't it?
Of course,
it's the it's the immediate comeback. Like you said, new boss, new players, new guests, of course, for us. We've got a lot of things to get through. Like you said, there is this renewed optimism. I think maybe having that break in football season is quite difficult for a lot of fans, because football is life, as we know. But I think this year it was almost a little bit nice just to take a step back, draw a line under what happened last season and go, right, what can we do this year? Let's go again.
Absolutely. I mean, people who follow football, Argyle fans, other fans, but obviously Argyle in particular, there's a lot of emotion involved and it becomes like a family tradition. Lots of people who've been coming for 50 years bring their children, who then bring their grandchildren. So there's a real kind of connection, and it becomes part of people's livelihoods. So hopefully, they can showcase some positive returns. It's a fresh start. For me, it feels like a new era.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that will bring a bit of consistency and foundation now with a new boss, new players, what looks to be a nice foundation of playing philosophy.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can get some points on the board.
It's our under-18s coach, Jamie Lowry. Jamie, thanks for coming in this morning. What do you think of the new studio?
Very nice, yeah. I think they could do with a better chair for yourself, but...
Thank you.
See, we're on it
there.
there.
You go,
Yeah,
Rin.
no money has changed hands. We were just kind of chatting, off camera while the VT was playing about the experience. It seems like it's quite unique, I guess, is a fair way to describe it.
Yeah, definitely very unique, especially obviously for ourselves over here that play a lot of 11v11 and especially my background and obviously for our football culture over here. It was something totally new, obviously kind of doing a bit of research before we went out there in terms of the game, the format, the style, was really interesting. But it was, I think the thing that made it most enjoyable was that it was just like everything had an outcome, so you couldn't draw, you had to win, so it kind of made that passion and everything at the end of the game. If you won, it was like you just won the World Cup kind of mentality and togetherness, so yeah.
And you were just saying during that first VT about the format. The format was really unusual. Just tell us a little bit more about that format.
So it started at 7v7, so it was a 2 20-minute half 7v7, and then after that we would go into a thing called total score time. So if we was winning 2-0, our total score time would be 3, and the opposition had to get to 3 as well, so we generally had a 2-goal head start. But then after every 3 minutes, a player from each team would go off, so it'd start 7v7, after 3 minutes 6v6, 5v5, 4v4, 3v3, until someone obviously reached a total score time. So it made it really, really interesting, and again, tactically, physically, it was really good.
Like choosing who you're going to bring off first.
At the right time and stuff. So we kind of went with a game plan that obviously the futsal lads, that's their format, 5v5, 4v4, kind of small-sided games. So we tried to kind of play them in the first half for the normal time, rest them in the second half, and then save them for total score time when it was, because they knew how to defend against 5 players and stuff like that.
So you said about the futsal players, because it isn't the same as 11v11, as you know. Could you see a marked difference in the way that they played in a 7v7 compared to when it went to like a 4v4, 5v5? Was it that obvious or not necessarily?
Not so much the same, but definitely when it went down to 5v5, 4v4 in terms of how they knew how to kind of cut the angles and block and kind of shuffle the shape against an overload. With obviously, like I said, it would be a 5v5, but we'd have 4 and plus a goalkeeper. The opposition would sub their goalkeeper and have 5 outfield players, so they'd have +1.
So I saw a couple of goals, not only on the Argyle games, but other where I was like, "Where's the goalie?" Because they were just like.
Yeah, I watched some of the Argyle games on YouTube, and when it got to this
cameo.
There's you.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Oh, good God. Borussia Dortmund, is that? Yeah. Got back in the game. But yeah, go on, Erin, sorry.
Yeah, like when I was watching some of this on YouTube, I'm glad you explained the total score time thing, because I was watching it and I was like, how would they decide? I could understand the premise of taking every person off, but I couldn't fathom how the goal, what goal won, that number was decided.
It took me a few games, like I said, I'd watched from previous years just to kind of get a bit of understanding. And I was like, I still don't get it. I've watched 2 games now and I'm still unsure.
You're like there, not quite sure.
And have you got to, tailor the way of your coaching style if you're like coaching someone like Graham Carey versus like Harry Kane, not Harry Kane, because of, the different experience that they have in football as well?
A little bit. I think it was kind of just like, this is what we kind of were going after. Again, it was obviously very new. We're kind of just going after what I'd seen, or me and Dave had kind of gone like, we think this is the best style to go with, and then just tried to get everyone kind of buying into that. Really, it wasn't, like I say, obviously Graham had lots of great career and 11v11 experience. Harry was obviously played 11v11, but more of an influencer and stuff. Obviously the futsal boys that haven't played loads of 11v11, so it's just like, okay, this is what we're going after, this is how we're going to try and play. And for the first day it worked, and then the other 2 days, again, maybe that lack of experience and understanding. When we got knocked out by quick goal, they were all like older than us and probably not as physically fit as us, but they just had such a better understanding of how to play the game, when to kill it, when to slow it. And those things are really important. It didn't have to be like rush. Like we thought it might be over there, and it's been 40 minutes that it was like intense, everybody run, but it wasn't.
Joining us now is someone who, despite living over in the States, couldn't actually make it to TST this summer, but made the effort to come all the way over here to the UK to watch Argyle start their season. I'm pleased to announce in the studio we've got Carolyn Poset with us, who I've had the privilege of meeting before over in the US. Aaron, You weren't so lucky.
I've not had the privilege of going to the US yet, so
Were you not invited?
No. That's why I got this chair, I think.
Yeah,
So it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Erin gets to go to the States with that chair, and I get to keep this.
Yeah, and I think now when you put it like that, I'm less obliged to complain about the squeaky swivel chair. Carolyn, how are you? It's so lovely to have you in the studio finally.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yes, I'm well. Got in yesterday, a little bit jet lagged.
Yeah,
but
I was going to say.
You know, I'm sure it will catch up with me later on today, after the match. But if we win, maybe not.
Well, if you win, it'll all be worth it.
The adrenaline will be pumping. Yeah.
Exactly. Just explain to everyone watching then your history with Argyle. How did you get involved with Argyle originally?
So I have two older brothers, and they were huge Argyle supporters. And my dad used to take them to matches, but then it got to the point when I got a bit older, they were like, well, we have to take your sister. And I was like, oh, I don't want to. I was 7. My first game I went to, back David Kemp days, was in 1978. That was my first match. And my dad bribed me with, I'll buy you a Mars bar if you go. So that was when I went to my first match. And then I would come to games as often as I could. I went away to a boarding school for dance, so it was a bit hard for me to get to games. But every time I was home, I would obviously come and watch as many matches as possible. And then the last couple of years, I think I've been coming over 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
And I always say it's to see my family, but really it's always scheduled around the Argyle.
Yeah, nice.
Argyle
Well, it's great
games.
to have that on record.
Of course. Yeah, there's no going back now.
Hopefully
it's all
the
said.
stream cut out at that exact moment.
Yeah, I told my brother when I was coming on, he said, don't embarrass me.
No
So thank you
chance.
for your support, David.
No
Love
chance.
it.
So I've got, it was interesting you said about your dad trying to bribe you with a Mars bar because
Yeah.
you weren't overly keen to go. But
Right.
what was it then when you went that struck a chord with you to go, this is magical, I want to go as often as I can?
Just the atmosphere and everything. That was back in the days, obviously, when you could stand up and what have you. But the more I went, just the more I really, really got into it. It's brilliant now because when I'm not over here, we have the Zoom room, as you know,
Yes.
with all of the Argyle USA. And when Simon's in America, he joins us as well, and it's absolutely brilliant. And I think we've got so many members now, but I would say half Brits, half Americans. We've got some
Yeah, it's
from
quite a
Canada.
good mix, isn't it, between expats and kind of homegrown American Argyle fans.
Yeah, it is. It is quite a mix. But it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's the next best thing, if you can't actually be here for a live match.
You're going to do some analysis now, Aaron. You
We
picked
are,
out a couple
yeah.
of players from the opposition.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, like we did last year, Erin. We spoke about particular, players who might be threats for the afternoon as the opponents, and then we'll cover it with some Argyle players as well. So no different. If we look at Barnsley, they were 12th last year, so they were kind of mid-table. Their away record was like 111, lost 10, so it was very middle of the road.
Yeah.
I appreciate last season doesn't really have any real influence going into the new season because they've had a new manager and a new start. But players we've identified, the first one is Davis Keeler-Dunn. So irrelevant of, he's classified as a midfielder, Erin. So 18 goals and 7 assists last season. So bearing in mind, Barnsley scored 69 goals and he was involved in 30% of them. So he is going to be a threat, irrelevant of level. No doubt that Cleverly and the rest of the coaching staff and the players will be fully aware of what this player is capable of doing. And in this little montage here, it's the variety of finishes and the way in which he can link the play which causes for me a particular threat. If you've got a player who scores lots of goals in a certain way, I think you can do your best to try and limit and stifle.
Yes.
But he seems to be very open and very varied in the way that he plays. He can score off both feet. His movement is both direct and subtle, and he's going to be a threat, and he's going to want to build on what was a very successful season for him last year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this VT involved in a lot of, the goals there. Powerful.
Yeah, very, very good strike on him. Seems to want to work space to ready to hit. You know, he looks like he's given license to shoot on sight.
Yeah.
So no doubt what we can't afford to do is drop into the box and allow him the opportunity to wriggle free and get shots off, because out of nothing, it looks like he can score quite regularly out of nothing. And it wasn't like he scored 4 goals in one game, 4 goals in another game. It seems to have been quite constant over the course of the season.
Consistency. And I suppose what you were saying about the challenge for Argyle being addressing the variety of the way that he's able to perform kind of links in with what Tom Cleverley was saying before about wanting to have that freedom, but that structure.
Yes.
Where, you know, you've got the consistency, but like you said, he's got the freedom to get around the pitch, do what he needs to do, and take you by surprise, depending on.
100%. You know, and that's what Cleverley will want from. We've already alluded to it earlier in the show this morning. The midfield three.
Yeah.
Be as free as you like within this structure. Then everyone's kind of quite comfortable with it.
Right, welcome back. We are almost done with Argyle Breakfast this morning, but not before we bring you our last guest. And he's going to take some beating, I think. Bastille are playing in Plymouth in November, and it's a homecoming of sorts for Woody, who's with us now. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. It's nice, this.
What do you think? Yeah, it's
all right,
been,
isn't it?
it's been
Yeah,
done.
I haven't been here before.
No,
Very smart.
You've come on the right day, because I think this is looking a little bit more swish.
Yeah.
Not that last year was
was
not
terrible.
swish.
No, last year was all right. There was a few things that fell off last year. And
To be
there
fair,
was the
you're lucky you've
poltergeist that
come
kept
this
knocking
season.
things
We
off.
almost killed Mark Edworthy.
3 times.
So yeah, at least 3 times.
Every time he came on, something fell off. So
God, yeah.
On him. and
I
in
question.
his-
I think it was him, to be honest.
in his
You
direction.
can't trust gaffer tape too much, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we had that either.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
right, okay.
It's just
I
more
think
balanced.
it was a lot of balancing, a lot of resting things on things. What is more exciting for you, playing at Home Park tomorrow or coming back to play as Bastille in Plymouth? I think I know the answer.
God, I've wanted to play on Home Park forever, as we all have. But now it's tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what am I doing? I play regularly still, so I can kick a ball just about still. Obviously it's fitness, whatever. But just walking down now, down the steps to come in here, it's like, oh yeah, that pitch is massive, isn't it?
And like when you're on it and you look out, it's
Yeah.
a lot different than when you're up in the stands.
There's like a lot of
looking-
ground to cover. I played a few years ago in game for Grenfell. So after the Grenfell fire, there was a charity game at QPR.
Yeah.
I played in that, and that was wild as well, because obviously the pitch is huge. You're playing with like ex-pros like Paul Merson, Clint Hill,
Wow.
David Seaman, and just getting screamed at. He's like, get up, get back. I'm so sorry, Clint. So hopefully everyone's gonna be nice tomorrow. I mean, I don't even know what the teams are tomorrow. So
I think I had a look at some names, but I don't know. Like, you know, we were talking about to Jamie Lowry earlier about like what the exact format is going to be, what the flexibility of the substitution.
I'm sure it'll be
situation
relatively,
is.
yeah.
loose.
Yeah,
Just
but
feeling
everyone-
tired off you can.
Even when it's a charity game, especially ex-players,
Oh, there'll
take
be an
it
odd-
real.
yeah, there'll be a bit
seriously.
niggle
Any
somewhere.
professional like
Yeah.
sports person,
Yeah.
they never lose that competitive
No.
fire.
Yeah.
It's tiddlywinks. They want to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, so nervous but not.
excited. I just don't want to make a mess of myself. Just just give a good account, play some
Yeah.
nice passes, and
Come on, then, where do you want to be deployed? What position? Where can we
Is that a
unleash?
conversation that you have initially when you get like
Yeah.
I've
recruited
had
in?
no conversations. I don't know where I'm playing.
right.
Oh, this is
yeah.
an opportunity then. Like,
Yeah,
live on air,
yeah,
right?
pitch it
You
out.
want
Pitch
to
the
play
gaffer,
where?
Yeah. Put me in the middle. I can spray some passes.
What,
It'll be
central
fine.
midfield or just in the middle?
Just mayhem.
Just mayhem around the
Wandering
middle.
around the middle central column.
Yeah. I can't finish for toffee. So yeah, just put me
Bit
anywhere that's
deeper
not
then.
a bit deeper.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
like it.
The
Well,
orchestrator.
Yeah, I guess you'll just
There we
find
are.
out in the moment
Yeah.
when.
We all will.
Because I wondered, like goalkeeper wise, you know.
Is it Pieface? Is he playing?
Yes, I did see him on the list, but again, I was like, you know, who's doing what, where, when? I think he's on
who's
his
the
way
cat?
back from Manchester.
Is he?
I think I saw on social media. Yeah, a lot of people have done a lot of travelling this weekend in the run up to it. JB's just come back from Liverpool.
He has, yeah.
But, so shout out my mate Josh, who's playing tomorrow. Franceschi from Umi at 6. He's coming down from Brighton now as we speak.
Right,
Right.
Yeah, just for a kick around.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Fair play.
have you travelled? Because you're over in.
I'm also in Brighton as well. Yeah. So yeah, I came down earlier in the week.
Oh, okay.
So
right. So you're
yeah,
rested. You've got no excuse.
See the family. See the game today.
Yeah.
3 points for the Greens. And then
Yeah.
play
Fingers
play
crossed.
tomorrow.
Fingers crossed. Your dad coming to the game today?
Yeah, Dad's be here.
Yeah, nice.
Both boys. It'll be
Yeah.
a family affair.
Should
Amazing.
clarify that, like, I know Woody's dad, so
Yeah.
Otherwise it'd just be a bit weird that I'm asking you
Yeah,
there.
that's fine.
so- Hi,
Carry on.
Derek.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
So Bastille then, it's November, isn't it?
Yes.
When, where, who, what, why?
This is why I have my phone on me. November at Pavilions, please talk amongst yourselves. November, I should know this, the 4th and 5th.
Oh, it's double
4th, 5th.
double night.
No, 5th and 6th. Yes, so technically residency.
Oh yeah, look, there we go.
There you go. That's
Yeah, there was one we made earlier and
Yep. Was it for 6? Yeah. So
Six,
we've added the 5th as well.
Okay.
So 5th and 6th,
6th is sold out, 5th is not. So get your tickets now.
nice.
Yeah.
It's selling quite well actually at the minute, so I wouldn't hang about. And yeah, we're back doing basically greatest hits tour essentially. It's like no album, it's just kind of going out for fun.
Yeah.
My bandmates lack imagination, and I said we should get a stand-up comedian as the opener, and we
Okay.
could call the tour Hits and Giggles.
Vetoed?
Shot down,
Shot
not
down.
having it.
Really?
Oh, what could have been?
Yeah.
But,
I quite like that.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Could have been a pioneering
This is it.
Yeah.
situation.
Oh, maybe someone else will know when I take the format and run with it as well.
Yeah, you need to patent it immediately.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
to
do our
get
best.
some, yeah.
But
I like
yeah,
it.
so yeah, by the time we're out, it will have been like 2 years since our last tour proper. So
wow.
I cannot wait.